guessing she has about 1,000 beads here. The white ones are for chemotherapy, so anytime she's had to have chemo, which is almost at least once a day for the last 2 years. The black ones are for any pokes or shots she's had to have, blood draws. The red ones are for blood transfusions. Yellow is for hospital inpatient stays. Pink is for visits to the emergency room. Green is for scans or tests like x-rays. I mean, it goes on and on. She's been through a thousand things to get through this treatment. She's had 3 surgeries. She's been under sedation multiple times a month for months on end. So these beads are just a representation of everything she's had to go through and fight through as she's made her way to being a 4-year-old today. At first we thought it was just growing pains, but then came to realize it was a lot more severe than we had thought. So we took her to the pediatrician. They did a lot of testing, blood tests, x-rays, just to figure out what was wrong with her, if it was something in her bones. And the next day we got a call and had to rush her out of daycare and head to Children's Hospital and get her looked at. When Brooklyn was diagnosed, I was 38 weeks pregnant with our second child, Thomas. And so for our family, that was an extremely tough time. Just coming to terms with the fact that our worst nightmare was being realized as parents. Our daughter had been diagnosed with cancer. And then trying to also finish up a pregnancy and have a newborn baby at home. So it was extremely difficult just as a family to get through, especially that first 6 to 9 months of treatment. She started treatment at 2.5 years old. She won't be done until she's almost 5. It's a 2.5-year course of treatment, and it's pretty harsh. She has gone through hundreds and hundreds of rounds of chemotherapy, hundreds of physical therapy sessions, all kinds of shots and pokes and blood transfusions. But she's been a fighter through the whole thing.
We've been just overwhelmed with the support and love and generosity from friends and family, and even the wrestling community. When Brooklyn was first diagnosed, we received a handwritten letter from Coach Eggum and his staff just saying, we were so saddened by the news, but I just want to let you know that we're here for you. And that spread to other people in the wrestling community in Minnesota. The Schlater family sending us handmade quilts and banners, and Al Palmer sending a stained glass piece, and Lindsay Hartung, Tim Hartung's wife, nominating our daughter Brooklyn for Best Christmas Ever, which we ended up receiving a playground for our backyard, and that was really special because she has gone through a lot of physical therapy treatment over the last couple years, and at one point during treatment she lost mobility, and so the playground was just a great resource for her to gain her strength back in her legs and get her coordination back. And so those are just a few examples of many people that have reached out to us, and it's just so cool how of a tight bond the University of Minnesota Wrestling Program has within this community.
Brooklyn has a lot in common with the wrestlers out on the mat. She has a lot of determination. She's pound for pound one of the strongest people I've ever known. She is a hard worker. She, puts herself through the most difficult, days of her life at the hospital with a smile on her face.
As a wrestler, I know how to be tough, but I don't know how to be tough like her, in the sense that she brings a new meaning to it. And it just meeting with her and being able to see her experience and how she's come through it is just inspirational.
And she just has a lot of grit, and she just grinds out every single day of this treatment. And we know at the end of it that she's going to come out strong, and she's going to be, something great someday, because she's had to go through more than any kid her age should have to go through. But she's done it with so much grace and happiness.
Brooklyn's doing very well. She's got 5 more months of treatment left. She's been doing it for almost 2 years now. We look forward to her growing old and wrestling with her little brother, and continuing to go to Gopher Wrestling meets and just being a normal little kid.
She's really helped to pull our family through what's the most difficult time in our lives.